Hey everybody, welcome to the Nerd Spectrum Podcast. I just saved you from a massive clap courtesy of Daisy.
You said 3, 2, 1. You gotta clap.
My name's Jorge Jimenez.
I'm Daisy.
I like how you still refuse to put in your last name.
Why? No one needs to know this information about me.
Your last name should be my last name.
But it's not.
Okay, whatever. I'll change my last name then. Oh, I can't put my list there. Maybe you'll see it. Anyway. So, today we're diving into our usual top 10 to start off the week. We're doing this a day late because I was sick and Daisy was also feeling bad. So,
I also had to work
yeah, that too.
overnight, so I just slept a lot.
A lot of recovering this weekend, but we're feeling better. So, back at it. What did we do? Last week was Valentine's.
Our top 10 list?
Was that our top 10?
No.
We just made a list of the Valentines. That's why I was confusing it.
Top 10 was Harry Potter.
Right. Right. I got a lot of backlash from Nick for Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone being 9.
Because everyone agrees it's better.
It's not the best, but whatever.
You can suck my butt.
Alright, so today we're doing, in honor of How to Train Your Dragon, we are doing the top 10, our top 10 animated films. 3D animated films, to be specific.
Just animated.
Did you? No. Wait, what?
No, I don't have any stop motion. Yes, I do.
No, I meant like in the... Whatever, that's fine.
Why do you gotta be specific about the 3D animation? I don't understand this
because,
difference.
like, if there was, like, a cartoon coming out... Not that I think, like, a cartoon's gonna be released anytime soon.
Like
Disney. Disney has,
like Fantasia?
Yeah.
I don't know why that's the first one.
Yeah, why was
came
that?
To mind
I was gonna say,
I
like...
haven't even seen... Because I've been watching... Okay, because I watched the Tim Tracker's video on his resort tour of...
the animation studio?
No.
Or animation resort?
The All-Star Movie Resort, the one we stayed at when we went. And because the Fantasia pool that was behind the main entrance.
Mm-hmm.
And the Fantasia theme, and it just has been stuck in my head since then.
Okay. Well, you got to get out of Disney, homie.
Sorry.
Anyway.
But, like, not really.
In honor of How to Train Your Dragon, I guess we're doing just animation.
I thought that that's what that was.
I specified. Whatever.
I don't remember you specifying.
We're going to do 3-3 all the way down to our, we know how this goes.
Why don't we just go 1-1?
Why do you want to go 1-1?
Because it's, like, there's so much animation, so we don't need to...
Yeah, but we're not focusing necessarily on animation. We talk about the story more than anything. Like, why it's important.
Okay, whatever.
So go. Your bottom 3.
Hold on, I gotta change this.
Okay, I'll go my bottom 3.
No, it's just, I just need to switch these two. Because I realize that one of them is more important to me than the other.
Okay, that's a little messed up. Whatever.
Okay, so 10, I put Shrek.
Okay, that was close. Shrek is in this list, but it's not the first Shrek.
Not the first Shrek?
It's not the first Shrek.
I thought about the second one, but I like the first one.
What about the first one do you like? Or, like, why does it beat out the
funny.
second? Funnier?
I don't know. Like, they're both funny. I don't know. I just like Shrek 1 and 2. So, maybe that's cheating, but whatever.
Shrek was built on a feud between animators.
Really?
Yeah. Lord Farquaad was supposed to be fuckwad. That's why.
I think we kind of all got
No,
that
yeah, but,
later
like, you know
on.
what I mean? But,
the
like...
whole little boner thing when he sees...
yeah, there's a lot of shade being thrown. I can't remember the two animators who it was specifically, but the first person that Shrek was presented to said it would never be made. And so the creator, or writer, took it, and then when he found DreamWorks, right?
Someone to fuel his
Yeah.
dreams.
He was like, Farquaad's gonna resemble him. He's gonna have a crappy name. No one's gonna like him. And there was like a lot of just fighting. Or like shade.
Great, I love that. And also, without Shrek, we would never have
Smash
All-Star
Mouth.
Smash Mouth. Hey now, you're an all-star. Get your game on. Go play.
They did a lot of good covers because they did I'm a Believer too.
Yeah, just in general, Shrek, that soundtrack did not have to go that hard, but it did for us.
Without Shrek,
we are nothing.
We wouldn't know what was the evil stepsister? She was trans? Shrek was woke. Like, they presented, like, a lot of...
Oh, with the unibrow?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There was a lot of progressive stuff in Shrek that we should not have been exposed to as kids.
I mean...
The hybrid donkey dragons.
Yeah.
There was, like,
that's a lot of...
weird
That's a big question on how that happened.
interspecies stuff going on.
Because how were the donkey babies so small?
But the dragon was huge.
Exactly. Like, you think proportionately it'd be at least, like, a cow size.
There were some weird kind of rapey things in it, too.
There's just all kinds of weirdness.
I did like the mirror.
That you didn't really realize until you got older.
The iconic line of, "Do you know the Muffin Man?"
Exactly.
The torture scene. That was so messed up.
Hell yeah.
There's a lot of great things in Shrek.
Okay, so 9. The Lego Movie.
Okay. It's not on my list.
Everything is awesome.
I don't like the Lego Movie as much as its follow-up. The Batman movie. Because to me...
You like that one better?
When you look at the Lego...
You like Lego Batman better?
When you look at the Lego
You
movie...
like Lego Batman better than the Lego Movie?
Yeah.
Who hurt you?
Like, you know, the Lego Movie just, like, when you compare
The Lego Movie was hilarious.
It was good.
It
had
was
Easter
so
eggs.
good.
It had Morgan Freeman as God.
It was great. Exactly.
But, like, I don't know. The point to it was be imaginative and stuff like that. Or, like, break out of, like... Because they were all glued, right? By Will Ferrell's, like, crazy dad character and whatnot.
Sure.
So the whole point was, like, breaking out and having your imagination be free and not, like, following order. That's why...
Or not necessarily having to.
Yeah. But I don't know. I feel like there was more towards the Lego Batman movie than the Lego Movie. So that's why... Hint, hint.
You're wrong. Number 8 is Big Hero 6.
That's a slight hold. Yeah, I told you there'd be some overlap. Like, there might be some. But I think that's probably the only one.
That's overlap?
Yeah.
Okay, we'll see.
My 10, Ice Age.
Ugh.
What?
I don't really like Ice Age.
All the promotions for Ice Age did the best, like, commercials. They did the best, like, networking. You don't remember seeing all, like, the Scrat shorts and commercials, like, all over the place? You can get on YouTube without seeing Scrat get murdered by, like, a glacier.
Yeah, but I didn't really like it.
And then the little baby Eskimo?
Yeah, he was cute.
He was adorable. And, like, the other... I don't remember the other Ice Ages as well. I do remember Manny meeting... Ellie. And, like, that was also very cute and sweet and sad. Because, like, Ice Age also, like Shrek, got very deep and very kind of...
real
with the whole
extinction
and
everything?
the whole humans killing his family and stuff like that. Very sad. But Ice Age was great. It was like I thought it was like kind of progressive, not in like the ideals ways, but like in animation and stuff like that. It was like a good leader for like everything that followed.
I don't know, it just didn't get me.
That's just Sid.
No.
The watermelon when they're fighting. What is the dodos?
Yeah.
And he's just like doing the football moves. No? Nothing? No laughs? Oh
no.
My god. You kill me. Okay, well, Batman Lego movie is my 9.
Okay, well.
Or Lego Batman movie is my 9.
You're wrong!
No, I'm not. Zach Galifianakis as the Joker, hilarious. I'm saying Scott Pilgrim, but I'm blanking. Michael Cera as Robin, when he's like running all over and he's like, none of this is safe for a kid. He's like, hello, secret camera. You know, like...
Oh, yeah. That's funny.
It like completely turns all of like Batman's story on its head, where it's like Batman's always like, I don't need any of this. I don't need you people. And it's like the Justice League is throwing a party. Joker no longer needs him because he has his villain friends. Robin's like the only guy that kind of keeps annoying him and staying with him.
Yeah.
So like it did really well on that, and there are a lot of great Easter eggs in there. They were partying the Force Solitude. All the Justice League members were there. Like,
I mean, I'm not saying that the Lego Batman movie was bad. I'm just saying that it's not better than the Lego movie.
There was that weird thing where it was like he was kind of digging on Batgirl though.
Yeah.
Who played Batgirl? Do you remember who voiced her?
Idea.
Was it Rosario Dawson?
No idea.
I'm gonna Google it. But yeah, that was like the only thing that was like, we got enough of that out of what's it called? The Killing Joke.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, we don't need any more of that. But 9, or no, not 9.
That
sorry.
was 9.
7. The Good Dinosaur.
You mean 8?
Was it 8?
You
Oh,
just
yeah,
said
8.
9.
My bad. 8. The Good Dinosaur.
Okay.
Uh,
The Good Dinosaur
this
is very
was-
good. It is such an underrated
yeah.
Disney movie.
A lot of people did
like
not
nobody
watch
watched it, and it's so heart-wrenching and just like
it.
and the journey, it's just nothing but tears.
It's
honestly.
oddly like the only coming of age movie for Pixar, in it like a short coming of age story. Because like with Toy Story, you have like the growing with Andy and like
the
all that.
multiple.
Yeah, but like Arlo's journey is essentially just like kind of learning to be his own man, and that he doesn't have to live in the shadow of like his family members, like all of them, because he's the only small one. He's the run of the litter.
Yeah.
He's supposedly like he sees himself as the reason his dad died. And then I don't remember where his little human comes into play. Little
He just
baby looking
came.
Zac Efron.
He just got lost.
That was cute too. Or and then what else?
Just call him Baby Zac Efron.
He looks like a little Zac Efron.
I mean, okay.
I'm not the only person that said that. Go watch some YouTube reviews. A lot of people called him Baby Zac Efron.
Okay.
But that was adorable because it was like it kind of teaches you like it was teaching like codependency a little bit, where it's like both of them didn't want to let each other in, but like weird kind of understanding that brings people together. Like, you know, he draws a little circle around him. He's like, "That's your spot. This is my spot."
Mm-hmm.
And then it's like it's kind of like with a dog in a messed up way, where it's like once the dog shows like I understand, you're like, well, fuck, now we're anthropomorphizing each other,
Yeah.
so you can't turn it away anymore. I don't know. I think the human had a name, but I'm gonna call him Spike.
I think that was his name.
Was it really?
Actually, yeah.
That's funny. Cleo, we're not calling you Spike. Don't come near us. Just kidding. I love
Spike
you.
like from Land Before Time.
Yeah.
Oh, Land Before Time. A
Okay.
classic.
I don't know if you want me to go because my next movie is The Hold. If you want to talk about it.
No, you go.
Big Hero 6.
Is 7?
Yeah.
Big Hero 6!
How is it that low on your list?
Because I just wrote it last night and then I didn't look over it to change anything. So, like, the movies are correct in the top 10, but, like, maybe not specifically in the order. But I also didn't want it to be, like, all Disney because it
You
definitely...
gotta show some love to other animation
It definitely would have
studios.
been all Disney.
You're so biased.
Hell yeah, I am. They just get me good with them storytellings. But Big Hero 6, boy,
Girl.
Cleo.
Let's start with the soundtrack.
The best, one of the best songs
Let's
in
just-
that entire movie, Immortals by Fall Out Boy. Like, yes,
Stanley has a cameo. Stanley has a cameo.
at the very end.
Dan and Phil have... They don't have cameos, but they voice
they're
act.
in it.
Yeah, so I guess cameo technically.
Yeah.
That Fred's related to Hans of the Seven Isles.
The Olaf statue.
Oh, yeah. There's, like, so many funny little references and so many funny little weird things in that.
And I just love the, like, I don't remember, because I'm pretty sure I saw it in, like, an article or something whenever the movie did come out, like, what happened in that universe for it to be San Francisco,
As opposed to...
just San Francisco,
Or Tokyo.
or Tokyo. I don't remember, but I really like the, like, mixture of, like, cultures.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's super cool, and it also, like, because it originated from comics.
Yeah.
I think
No,
a
yeah.
manga first, too.
It's on Marvel Unlimited.
It's just all these things. It was all these things before this movie. And, like, the fact... And it's just so good, and it just blends it together, and it's so sweet, and it's like... Ugh,
It kicks your heart in the ass 2 times.
2 times.
With, What's his brother's name?
Tadashi?
Tadashi.
And then with Baymax.
With Baymax later.
At the end. And
Ah.
I was like, my heart!
The Tadashi thing doesn't get me as bad. The Baymax does.
Yeah.
It's not because you don't get to know Tadashi, but I'm privileged enough to have not lost someone that close to me.
That is, like, as a sibling?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But, like, you feel whenever you lose something that you hold dear, right? Like,
Yeah.
Baymax is essentially a glorified stuffed animal. Well, he is your emotional
Support.
unit. So, yeah, that kind of works. He's like your teddy bear.
Yeah. But it's just so good, and it teaches you, like, how to deal with grief, because Hiro, like... At first, he's like, well, I want to get revenge. And then he realizes, not the best way to go about it.
Yeah.
And just deal with your emotions and like, oh, there's all these other people, like his entire team, to help him through the tough times instead of just making him go on his own like he wanted to.
Can you name the heroes?
Like,
Their hero names.
well, there's Fred.
There's Fred.
There's Honey Lemon.
Uh-huh.
And Go-Go Tamago.
There you go.
And then something Wasabi.
Yeah, I can't remember what the first part of his name was.
Me neither, but something Wasabi.
It's something not Wasabi. Or something like...
Wasabi on the side or something like
Yeah,
that.
like some weird
It's
order.
like it's a weird order. I
Yeah.
don't know, but overall, I loved it. I loved it when I saw it. It was just a good freaking time.
Did they set it up for a sequel? They didn't. It ended on its note, right? Because the ending was Stan coming out to Fred and saying, like, revealing himself. It's like, we're superheroes or whatever.
Basically. I mean, like, I guess it could technically have a sequel, and I think that whenever it first came out, it was successful enough that they talked about doing a sequel, or it was, like, rumored, so I wouldn't be surprised, because I know there was more to that story, like, in the comics, and
Then Tadashi's death and vengeance.
it's just a little more, like, grown up,
Yeah.
is what I saw a lot of. So they can do more, and, like, they're superheroes. It's basically Marvel, but for, like, Pixar.
Just keep setting up.
Yeah,
villains.
so there's like a lot they could do with it, but I don't know if they would. But I'd be down.
It does have one of my favorite fast-paced scenes. Whenever they're in the van and
Oh,
Tamago's
yeah.
driving all over San Francisco, and like she's just cranking the brakes to like flip over train tracks.
Just really going for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a ride that they should make
Right?
at Disney.
That'd be so dope. Or they could put that in Epcot because they have Baymax.
They could turn the test track into it
Yeah, that'd be sick. Mm-hmm. See,
because it's already freaking set up for it.
Disney, for 2 lifetime passes, take our idea, please.
Please, and just let me come whenever, and I'll get. I guess I'll pay for the hotel.
I mean, we can get like discounts on our passes, you know. Like we'll work it out. We'll write out a
Just
contract.
come at me.
All right.
Please.
So that was my
7.
7, and then I'll let you, or how do you want to do this? I messed it up.
I'll just go my 7.
Okay.
Corpse Bride.
Yeah, not on my list.
That's fine.
I can't really remember the Corpse Bride. I'm not gonna lie to you. I remember the premise of the Corpse Bride.
Okay.
I
That's important.
I don't remember like
It's
how he ends
beautiful.
up falling in love with her.
He doesn't.
He doesn't.
I mean, he
He
comes to like appreciate her, and like what she's like brought. Like,
to the table.
yeah, like just kind of like lets him see things as they are, I guess. But he doesn't fall in love with her.
Yeah. See, don't remember anything. Walk me through the story, please.
He ends up with the okay. Why do you not remember any of
I know
this?
he's getting married. I
Okay,
know.
yes, it's a time when it's arranged marriage
Mm-hmm.
is a thing. So his parents and this girl's parents have arranged for them to be married. They met like once. He's like, she's cool, but like, oh my god, I can't marry someone I don't know. And he goes into the woods behind the church.
He
where
practices putting the ring on something.
Yeah,
right?
he practices his vows, or he's practicing his vows and puts his ring on what he thinks are like
branches.
trees. Yeah, and it's actually Corpse Bride.
Is
or
there
whatever.
a villain in this?
Yeah. I don't remember his name or anything, but he is like the prominent guy in town, like the Gaston, I guess.
Oh, okay.
And he wants to marry the girl that he's supposed to marry because apparently their family has money, but they actually don't.
Oh, okay.
So
So
he
it's all
wants-
facade.
Yeah. So so that's why they're marrying her off to the other guy because their family is somewhat okay off, but
Johnny, yeah.
yeah, whatever. So he wants to marry that girl, and so he wants to get rid of this one, and then like the freaking just the twist at the end is that he was betrothed to the Corpse Bride, and then
Oh,
he
did he
ended up
kill
kill
her?
her. Like he killed her.
Okay.
Yeah, because
see.
I think it was like the same situation where he felt like he found someone else who had more money or something like that, and he didn't want her anymore. And instead
if
of
he-
just being like, "Hey, I'm out," he murdered her.
So instead of a female widower, you have a male widower, like a male black widow.
Yeah, basically.
Wow, that's crazy. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, see, I remember nothing of the Corpse
And then
Bride.
he ended up marrying the original girl, who I think, no, Emily was the name of the corpse bride, I believe.
Helena Bonham Carter.
Yeah.
Johnny Depp was whoever the groom was.
I want to say Victor, but I feel like that's wrong.
I mean, maybe.
It could be right.
Anyway, why is this? This is getting to the middle of your list. Why is it in the middle?
Because as you will see more, at least a little more, I'm really into spooks.
This is spooky?
It was for a fucking 7-year-old.
You were 7 when this came out? When did this come out?
Actually, I don't know, but I feel like I was 7.
I think you're just throwing out a number.
I most probably am.
Came out 2005. Oh my god, maybe you were.
Yeah, then I was like 7.
What is that, 14 years ago? Oh my god. How old are you?
23.
You were 9.
Okay, close enough.
How was that scary for a 9-year-old?
It's not scary, but like I always liked... Like, I couldn't watch proper horror movies as a child because, unlike somebody's parents, my parents
Whoa.
didn't want me to watch that shit.
I came out fine, if not slightly paranoid. That's it.
Anyways, I wasn't allowed to watch, like, legitimate horror movies, but I always had an appreciation for scary things.
No, you can watch Murder Files, though.
And, like, yeah, I watched a lot of Forensic Files, a lot of murder stuff. I read a lot of Goosebumps, and that was, like, my favorite thing. I've always been into, like, the horror genre.
So it was good, young gothic stuff.
Yes! And that was my jam, man.
And then
it was, like, one of the first, of, like, that, like...
Tim Burton's productions?
That I saw. Like, I mean, I'd seen, like, James and the Giant Peach and, like, Nightmare Before Christmas, but it wasn't, like...
Even though everybody thinks it's all connected?
Yeah.
Does the corpse bride fall into that theory?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. I don't know where I was going with that. But alright.
But it was just, like, that, like, and, like, Edward Scissorhands, too, but that's not animation. Oh, but, like, all that jazz.
That was another thing. We didn't mention Edward Scissorhands and Winona Ryder's character.
That was True Love.
Nick also was like, how did you not mention that?
Right. Because I don't have my statue yet.
How did you not mention that?
Because I don't have my statue yet.
That shouldn't be your reminder. You're literally like...
They're right there.
Yeah, you're literally like, you love them to like no end.
I do love me some Edward Scissorhands. But anyways, I just really like, spooky stuff. So that was the beginning of my spooky stuff. So like, you watch that and like Hocus Pocus around Halloween time, and it's just good kid shit.
Alright, next.
6. Another spooks. Paranorman.
Never watched Paranorman.
Yeah, well, it's good.
That was it Nickelodeon?
No.
DreamWorks?
No.
What was it?
I don't remember the studio.
What?
Do you want me to come that prepared?
Yeah, a little bit.
Okay, well, I'm not.
Keep talking.
Paranorman, since you didn't see it. Also, I think it's stop motion animation, I believe. But I think it came out when we were still in high school, I think.
2012, yeah.
Okay, yeah, it came out when we were in high school. And basically, Paranorman, I guess Norman is his name. He can see ghosts.
It's Leica. It's the same people that made Coraline.
Yeah, that's why I like it. Very underrated. But he can see ghosts and stuff, and basically, like, there's a zombie infestation in the city that he's in, and it basically ties back to, like, it does get really creepy, actually, towards the end.
How?
Like, low-key, I got a little freaked out.
Does he go to hell?
No! It's like, the whole story is, like, the town is cursed because this little girl got, like, murdered in the woods, and so at some point they go into the woods, and like, since Norman can talk to ghosts, he talks to her, and like, it just like, the whole thing is like stop motion animation, and it just goes to like a completely white screen, and it's like this little girl, and she's just like blacked out, and like there's like webs coming out of her or something, and it's real freaky. When I first saw it, I was like, what? This is for kids?
So it's like that moment when the kids with the button eyes come and talk to Coraline?
Yes.
Ew.
It's so good. It's great.
You're weird.
I love it. And it's zombies, and it's just like ghosts and all these things, and it's just a good time, and there's a chase, and it's like... It's good.
It has a good rating though. It's 88% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Yeah, because the movie is good.
No, but I mean, like, it's not like completely underrated.
And I have it, or I did have it. To be honest, I don't know. It might have been one of the ones you lost.
Okay.
But we can watch
We
it.
will find it eventually. Everything always shows up. It's like Luna says.
Sure.
Just, don't look for it. It'll
Okay,
come eventually.
but I would like to watch my movies.
Pretty sure it's on Netflix.
It was on Netflix.
Oh, okay. That's your 6, right?
Yeah.
All right. So my 7
6.
was Big Hero 6.
Ha!
Now
your 6 is...
Wait, what was it? 10, 8, 9. That was my 7. 6 is Inside Out.
Okay. Yeah, I can see that.
This is towards the middle, mostly, like, hard. It's not that it's hard to relate to, but for me, it's hard. It's relatable. You can empathize with Riley. You can empathize with the characters. You can even kind of. I hate Joy, but you can even kind of understand how, like, her
Hypocrite! You hugged her when we met her at Disney.
Okay, I hugged Sadness too, but I hardly ever get, like, super sad.
Okay, but Sadness was, like, a great character in that movie, so it's different.
She was also a good hugger because she's, like, more round.
Oh yeah, I embraced her hard, man.
Oh my god. Yeah, that picture, you look like you're, like, just
I'm just, like,
completely vibing
envelop
with-
me in sadness.
Anyway, hard to relate in that, like, all that, like, that feeling of neglect and stuff, but it's, like, a really good story to teach you how to deal with, like, emotions that you can't quite put into words. You can, and, like, as much as I hate Joy, you can also, everybody knows somebody that, like, absolutely refuses to give up on trying to fix or, like
Make
go of that
things
control.
better.
Yeah. And I'm one of those people that's, like, you have to
Always try to be positive.
Yeah, so
sometimes you just need to sit in the negative, in the sadness.
Yeah,
okay?
but
I hope that's the lesson you took away from that movie.
And then crying, obviously.
Oh my god!
Take Her to the Moon.
Stop! I watched Inside Out literally, like, last week, and I was sobbing.
Yeah.
It was so sad.
And so,
I cried with Bing Bong, and then I cried when Riley came home and she started telling her parents about, like, how she misses Minnesota and all this stuff, and I was like, stop.
I do get annoyed with the whole, like, people that see, like, the characteristics of the emotions follow that of their homes? I don't know what to call them. Heads? So, like, all the dads' emotions, even the females have the handlebar mustache.
Oh, yeah.
The moms have the...
I think that's just a way to differentiate, like,
Yeah, but there was, like, a lot of
emotions.
theories going around at the time where it was, like, that means she's, like, a lesbian, or it means, like, this and that. And it's like, I get...
The one theory about Inside Out that I 100% agree with...
Is it the bear thing?
No. What bear thing?
I don't know. I saw something that when Anger was talking about seeing a hairy man that was, like, a bear. I don't know. Keep
What?
talking.
I don't know what you're saying anymore.
I lost it.
No. That Riley's adopted.
What?
Yeah. You didn't see that theory?
Is it... Did people look at, like, the genetics of the mom and dad? And
Yeah,
they were like, it doesn't
because
add
they're
up?
both brown hair and brown eyed, and Riley is blonde with blue eyes.
Oh, I never really thought about that.
Yeah, and then at the beginning of the movie, whenever they have Riley, the baby Riley, like, bundled up, the parents are looking at her, and then it's, like, where it starts off with Joy being the only emotion, and, like, Riley opening her first time and seeing her parents. The mom, specifically, is wearing, like, normal clothes, and if you just gave birth, you'd be in, like, a hospital gown.
Huh.
So...
I never really thought about that. Interesting.
Yeah, because, like, when you have a baby, you, like, the argument could be made that they took Riley away and, like, cleaned her up and then bundled her in a blanket, and then gave her back to her parents, and that's why she's clothed, but, like, that doesn't happen. You have to stay in, like, the hospital bed and, like, the gown for, like, 2 days after you give birth. So, and that was, like, immediately after she was born. At least a couple hours, so it's, like, assumed. It's, like, that contributes to the theory that she's adopted.
Whew, there's more emotions to deal with then.
Yeah.
Sequel.
For the sequel. Having to do with puberty and the fact that you're adopted.
So now we're on my 5? Right?
We're on my 5.
Okay.
Your girl, Mulan. What?
You did so good with, like, the animated, and then you, like, went to... This is exactly where I was, like, Disney animated, because I knew you would.
No. My, like, top 5 is decent. There 3 out of the 5 is Disney.
Not like that. I mean like drawn animation as opposed to 3D animation.
Oh. I don't...
That's why
I couldn't remember... You didn't specify. You just said top 10 animated films.
Yes, I did. You just started writing like immediately. You're
No,
like, I
you
got this.
didn't.
It's all going to be Disney. I'm completely biased.
I am
Those were
biased
your words, like verbatim.
because I am biased towards Disney, but I tried to change it.
Selective hearing. Anyway,
Mulan.
this is where you talk about it.
Oh, I thought you were
Instead of
gonna
just
say
staring at
something.
me.
It looked like you were gonna say something at
No,
me.
I was waiting.
Okay. Yes, Mulan is top 5 because I love that movie. I'm pretty sure I mentioned it before that there were about 4 movies, 4 VHSs that I just kept in rotation when I was a child. And the top one was Mulan. Like,
That you watched to completion?
yeah,
Shocked.
me too. But that's why it's the top 5, because I actually did watch it. Because I had a really bad habit as a kid of watching movies like halfway, and then once things got... Okay.
Things tend to get too real once it's halfway.
No, okay, not like too real, but once... Because there's like high points, like it's like specifically with The Lion King, because that was the worst one, or like that was the one I did it to the most, because I would watch it all the way until like after they sang Hakuna Matata, and then like Simba grew up, and then I'd be like, I'm out, and miss the entire like fight with Scar. I watched it to completion a couple of times, but like for the most part, I put it on because I liked the beginning songs, and that was it. So there was that.
We're
So
going to go see The
I had a
Lion
bad
King
habit of doing that.
in the theater. And
I'm gonna walk out
right after
Hakuna
Hakuna
Matata.
Matata ends, you're going to start walking off.
I'd be like,
And I'm
alright,
gonna
that's
be
the
like,
end of the movie.
Where the hell did she go?
No, but I just had a bad habit because the like first half for The Lion King is Simba as a child and it has those cool ass songs, and then
You
Mufasa
stopped
dies.
before Can You Feel the Love Tonight?
Yeah,
You don't even stay for the romance?
it made me feel icky.
Okay.
But so I like
you had a crush
it
on Simba, you know?
Yeah, young Simba,
Which is young Simba. He goes through like 3 phases
not awkward teenage Simba.
with a little mohawk.
Yeah, that was gross. I didn't like that. But I did like adult Simba. But basically, I was done with after that. But like after Kuna Matata, it had that like that little bit of like low point where Nala comes to find him and they do the Can You Feel the Love Tonight before they go back to Pride Rock and all that. So like once it got to that, I was kind of just like, well, I'm out because there's like a lull in it, and I didn't want to sit through it. So I just stopped.
There's so much magic and wonder.
Yeah,
This really speaks to your character. You just hate love. You're like, I'm not here for the love.
And that's why I stayed
the
for
conflict.
Mulan, because love was there, but it wasn't the entire goddamn point.
You want to talk about lull. Not like lull, but like super low point is when they're seeing a girl worth fighting for and they show up to the village.
That's not... Okay,
That's
yes.
such like a... Oh my god,
That-
that's such like a deadpan.
That's... Yes, but it doesn't take away from, like, the action and, like, the interesting of
No,
parts
because then they
of
jump
the
into a fight like right after.
Exactly.
Like,
So
immediately.
it kept my attention. And, like, I loved watching, like, her set off the fireworks to start that avalanche. And, like, oh, it was so good because Mushu was like, you missed. And then, like, I think the part where he's, like, him and the cricket are going down the mountain, like, with the snow, and he's just pulling all these things, Mulan, Mulan. And then he's, like, he pulls out the Hun's head, and he's like, no, Mulan. And he, like, throws it back. I think it's hilarious, and I laugh every single time.
Yeah, Eddie Murphy as Mushu is like, kind of like Robin Williams. Like, it's kind of iconic.
To the genie, yeah. It's
to
just
the
like
character.
I just love it so much, and like I guess Mulan is a big credit to like my fierce independent womanhood that I didn't really realize until I got older that that's why it happened, because Mulan was one of the only movies that I truly sat through the entire time and I loved so much as a kid. Like I would play Eeny, Meeny, Miny, Mo to decide which movie I was watching, and Mulan always ended up being one of the last 2. And then if I got on the not Mulan movie, I'd be like, I'm gonna watch Mulan.
You may as well just flip a coin at that point.
Basically, I was just, confirming that I did actually want to watch Mulan.
You're the worst kind of person, I want you to know
I
that.
am, but I really love it, and like now when we go to Disney, like for real, it is my number 1 mission to meet Mulan, because we've gone twice and I still haven't met her.
We had the opportunity.
We had the opportunity, but it was hot and I was tired and we were ready for a nap. So yeah, that's my fault, but
I think
still.
we ate instead, actually. We got food on the way out, because I wanted
Those tostadas.
the tostadas.
Yeah, if you ever go to Disney, go
And
during
no-
food and wine. I think it's... I think it starts at the end of
September?
September and then goes through the end of October. But oh my god, it's so
No,
good.
end of November.
I don't-
Mid-November.
Mid-November, yeah. But it's so good. They have great food. You get to drink. It's a great time.
Yeah.
Highly recommend.
All right, so you're 4?
Are you not gonna say your 5?
No. Do your...
Just say your 5.
My 5... Where am I, actually? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
You didn't number it?
Shrek 2. No, I don't number anything.
Okay. Shrek 2.
Shrek 2 better than Shrek 1. Done.
Okay.
No, there's just like... Isn't Shrek 2 the one where Pinocchio wears a thong?
I thought that was the first one.
No, what? None of the like... None of the side characters... I don't know what to call them. I feel bad calling them side characters.
I mean...
None of the fairy tales, we'll call them that, really contribute in the first one, like, at all. It's like the second one, you know, when Shrek and Donkey get sexy.
See, that's what I don't like about it. I do not like seeing Shrek as a human. It's weird.
But
it's
I do like
off-putting.
seeing Donkey as a horse.
It's because it's funny.
And then Puss in Boots.
But I'm also just confused to why Fiona's dad was a frog.
He was cursed. Fairy Godmother was essentially...
Just cursing
like,
everybody.
Yeah, you know, there's a lot of messed up stuff going on in that. But no, there's like... All that stuff is so great. The I Need a Hero.
Yeah.
They have the American Idol. I don't know if it
With
was...
Simon Cowell at the
Yeah.
end. I think it was like the bonus features for the DVD specifically.
Livin' La Vida Loca. Basically,
Yeah.
the music was just notched up in that, and I really dig it. Shrek 2 is great.
Shrek 2 is
And
good.
it kind of goes against Shrek 1, where, like, with The Incredibles, where it's
Oh,
like...
wasn't that the one where like Donkey had that one line where he had to find that flower? It was like a blue flower and like pink thorns, and he's like, "This would be really helpful if I wasn't colorblind."
Yeah.
That's funny.
So, you know, it's just lots of great stuff from Shrek 2. Like, they completely kicked everything up a notch. The characters all got more screen time. It was great. I loved it.
Yeah.
You had the annoying, like,
Oh my
from
god.
in the promo.
Yeah.
For the ride to
The Justin Timberlake cameo.
Oh,
The
yeah.
poster in her room.
See? Shrek 2 kicked everything up a notch. There was no shade being thrown, to my knowledge, anyway. Because Lord Farquaad never came back.
Yeah, he was gone. Now he was just ready to make his money.
Exactly.
Get that coin.
So, Shrek 2.
Okay. 4.
This is where...
Why are you making that face?
I feel like we're gonna fight.
Why are we gonna fight?
Because of my 4? Just
Now I
go.
want to hear yours.
No, go.
My 4 is Wreck-It Ralph.
Okay, no, that's not mine.
Okay.
Honestly, I don't think Wreck-It Ralph has, like, that great of a story.
Okay, well, you can suck my butt because Wreck-It Ralph is amazing and I love it so much.
It's cool. It teaches...
It's so good. And again, Disney just getting you with the feels. All the feels.
What feels?
The Vanellope and Ralph feels. What do you mean, what feels?
Yeah, but we see how that goes in Wreck-It Ralph 2.
Which also gave you the feels. Like, did you not want to cry when they were saying goodbye to each other? Like, what kind of monster are you?
I don't know. Maybe I'm just jaded. I don't know. No, it's just... Something I've noticed with Pixar lately is, like, with Incredibles and with Wreck-It Ralph, it kind of goes against everything that gets built up in its predecessor. In Incredibles, it's, you know, Incredidad going off and doing stuff in secret behind his wife's back and, you know, leaving the family to go get his good vibes and good feels for being a superhero.
Mm-hmm.
The second one, it's like, nope, Dad, you're staying home. Mom's doing it now. They completely reverse the plot. And, like, I know, like, they needed a good PR, and that's why they make an Elastigirl go, you know, be a hero. But, like, it's still sort of just like, okay, you just switch sides, but now you're kind of focusing on the family aspect. And it's weird because, like, they didn't give Elastigirl that same kind of, what's the word? Attention in the first movie. And you assume it's just because she always had everything under control. But, like, let's face it, being alone at home as a mom is probably not as easy either.
Yeah, but the first Incredibles was more about them doing it as a family. Like, all of them being a superhero as a family, as opposed to Incredibles 2 is Elastigirl is the one that could turn it all around and make this shit legal, so you take care of things at home, and I'm going to make sure our kids have a choice in their future.
There's still, like, little family talk. I guess that's why I don't like it. It's like you said, the first one's like, we're going to do it as a family. Second one, they do one thing as a family, and they're like, nope, y'all are done. And then for
Because it's illegal.
Wreck-It Ralph, it's like you don't have to be bad because you're the bad guy and stuff is the lesson essentially. But it's also like, you know, everybody has worth. Is what it boils down to, and that's why he and Vanellope make such great friends. Because even though she's glitchy and whatever, or she's a glitch in the game, she's still like somebody to him, and she considers him somebody. And that's how their friendship develops. But then in the next movie, it becomes this completely toxic thing.
Yeah, because Ralph never had anyone else either.
He had Felix after that.
Yeah, but like Vanellope is number one.
I'm just saying. They like Pixar keeps like they go with a plot and they flip it and they're like, this is our sequel. And I'm kind of tired of it.
I'm tired of you. Wreck-It Ralph is great. The first one, amazing. King Candy, Going Turbo.
Oh my god.
All of it.
That was
Great.
that was a good twist. The Going
I'm
Turbo.
Going Turbo!
That was Alan Tudyk. He's the king.
Yeah, I know that.
I don't know that
I
he
knew
was
that.
Turbo.
He was.
Did Turbo have the same voice?
Yeah.
Did he? I thought he sounded eviler. Or more evil.
You don't think that he could do that with his voice?
I don't doubt that he could do it with his voice, but I can't remember Turbo's voice specifically.
Anyways, it's great. Wreck-It Ralph 2 is also great. I love all the princesses and all that Disney. Oh, those Easter eggs are so good.
I do find it strange that they managed to get so many game characters.
Yeah.
They had Dr.
Batman.
Robotnik. They had Sonic. They had Pac-Man.
Mm-hmm.
The ghosts.
Mm-hmm.
Cubert. Oh, Cubert.
Cubert.
Yeah. Cubert's just like the best in all. Even in Pixels, Cubert was like funny to have.
Yeah. See, Wreck-It Ralph. 10 out of 10.
What are we my for?
Yeah.
Toy Story.
The
The
first,
first
one?
one.
Okay.
It's better than the second, Daisy. I'm sorry.
No, it is not! It's not.
Yeah, it is.
No, it's not. You're trash. We're not talking about that right now. I don't care. Why is it 4?
Yeah, okay, so how you kind of touched on, like, Vanellope was, like, his only friend. Everyone knows that feeling of when somebody new comes into the group, or the gang, or whatever. Somebody new comes into your number one's life, and they're kind of about it. You feel threatened.
Sure.
That is so relatable. And with Woody being Woody kind of goes through a mini version of what Jesse goes through, right? Mm-hmm. Jesse's like him amplified, because Woody wasn't necessarily forgotten, but he was definitely replaced.
Yeah.
Hard.
Literally, Andy changed his entire room
To Buzz Lightyear.
to Buzz Lightyear. His bed sheets, his walls, everything
Yeah.
was Buzz.
But this was also like, what, Pixar's first big movie? Their first...
movie.
Was it?
Yes.
I was confused that with Bug's Life. Because I know those are the first
Yeah,
two.
no, it's their first.
But yeah, Tom Hanks and Tim Allen,
Iconic.
right? Like, you hear those voices together and you're like, you got a friend in me, you know? You can't help it.
Tears, honestly.
It started off so much greatness for Pixar. You can't really give it enough credit for doing what it did to kick off.
Yeah, I mean, personally, I think Toy Story 2 is better out of the Toy Stories. But I do really love the first Toy Story. Just in general, I love the Toy Stories. We saw the Buzz, Woody, Jessie, and Bullseye dolls at the actual sized at the Disney store, and I still want to buy them every time that I see them. So that's something that's gonna happen.
They still don't sell Stinky Pete.
Who would want Stinky
They
Pete?
sell Lotso.
I want a lot, so not gonna lie. Partially because his original owner was named Daisy, so I'm a little partial to it. But
you want to fix his life?
yeah,
Get
plus he
him
smells
back.
like strawberries. And again, we went to Disney in October for our honeymoon, and we went for the Halloween party. And during the Halloween party, you can meet special characters, and one of the special characters you can meet was Lotso from Toy Story 3. And I hugged him, and I did sniff him, and he did smell like strawberries.
Little weird.
It's just attention to detail, okay? And he was so soft. It was so good. I love Lotso too.
All right, we're down to our last 3.
3. Coraline.
That's not a surprise.
No, it's not.
That didn't make my list only because when I think about the story, I'm not as into it. It gets a little slow for me.
I get that.
Like when she's meeting the elder women upstairs, the sisters,
Downstairs.
downstairs. And the schnauzers, that fucks me up a little bit. I'm not gonna lie. To have that many schnauzers, and like they're also like, oh, it's almost his time. Like, no, what the That's so inhumane. Messes me up. I can't do it.
Yeah, I get that.
But no, it is a good movie. I do enjoy it.
It's so creepy.
It is cool to like imagine like outside of our world or like behind the doors, essentially, an inverted version, a fantasy or horror
where everything's just evil.
I mean, it doesn't have to be evil. Alice went through a hole and everything seemed crazy.
And then it got a little evil.
That's because the Red Queen.
Still.
Anyway, keep talking. Coraline.
Coraline is amazing. I love it. I've cosplayed Coraline because I love it so much. Blue hair, a good look on me, I should say.
Oh my god.
But again, just another one of those classic movies that like I saw it and I was like, hell yeah. And it was a little freaky. Not as bad because I think I was older whenever Coraline did come out, but it's just one of those like, as soon as it turns August, I'm gonna watch some Coraline, get myself in the spooky spirit.
It's weird also because you could trace backwards and do another movie if you wanted to, with like just solely based off the lore of the other mother and the buttons.
And the 3 kids before Coraline.
The little pendant that she uses to see, like the real world.
There's just a whole bunch of it, and it's just a good time.
Or even like the cat.
I love the story. Yeah.
Like, why can he talk? And like, I don't remember that. And
he can only talk in the other world.
Yeah, but you like, how does he know to go to the other world? There's so much like unknown to it, and maybe like it's in the book because it is a book. It is a book. But there's so much like interesting stuff that if they ever wanted to expand on that, I wouldn't mind seeing it. I think that'd be really, really cool.
Yeah, I just love the creepiness of it, and like just so like you think that things are better, but actually, they're so much worse.
Though her parents are kind of boring.
Well,
and uptight.
They do write about like plants.
Plants are interesting. Don't make that face.
I made that face.
All right.
Okay, you're 3.
WALL-E.
Oh, WALL-E.
I'm a sucker for love. I'm a sucker for love stories.
Even robot love stories.
Yeah. WALL-E, the cutest little romantic, doing his job diligently, day by day, compacting trash.
Just never stopping, even though nobody else is on the planet.
Never stopping. With his little roach buddy, watching the same movie over and over again. He's essentially living the dream, short of coffee. I'd be happy doing the same thing. Maybe not doing the, like, maybe not sitting and doing something, but actively doing something. You know what I mean?
Sure.
I could go actively sort trash and have a little buddy of some sort and then just go rewatch Star Wars every day.
No, man. When WALL-E came out, and even now, honestly, it really freaks me the fuck out. The whole planet
the
trash.
Post-apocalyptic
that's
thing.
What's gonna happen. That's the world we're living towards. Like, it's just gonna be full of garbage, and we're gonna have to go to space. And maybe we won't even go to space because we're not that advanced yet. We're just gonna die here in our own filth.
Elon's still trying to send people, man.
Okay, well, we're not rich enough to afford that.
I think he would. What if he did like personality tests? Maybe we just test in.
Have some good genes. Hope I have some good genes in me. Keep me alive. But yeah, I love WALL-E. I love the love story. I think the concept of it all, like WALL-E and his story, in his love story, like the big aspect of it, but the overall story is more of a like, what the hell are we doing to our planet
and ourselves? Because once we go to
because
space,
they get fat as shit. Like, they're okay being lazy and just like
their chairs can
doing
literally
nothing.
do everything.
There's no human interaction, and it was just a big like. And I think WALL-E came out in like 2009.
I'll Google it. Keep going.
So it was when like cell phones were really becoming.
2008.
2008. I was close. I knew it came out in like middle school.
Schmo down.
But it was like, it came out when like cell phones were becoming like way more common to like have. Everybody, like iPhones were
becoming the norm.
Yeah, so it was like that was coming like way more normal, and like the problems with the planet have always been here. They're just a little more like important right now. But no one wants to pay attention. But like, so it was I think it was like a really good take, and seeing, because it came out like over like 11 years ago now, because you said 2008.
Yeah.
So like 10 years now, 11 whatever. And it's like so creepy at how like accurate that movie turned out to be.
With like the organizations and everything?
Yeah. Because it's just like, we don't give a crap about our planet. We're all going to die here. And then the lack of like human interaction. Like, sure, we're not exactly where like those humans were because the technology was way more advanced.
Yeah, they futurized it.
They futurized it a lot, but like there is a lot less human interaction, or you could say you get your human interaction from your screen, but like you're still staring at a screen all day.
Like How I Met Your Mother when they were like, remember that time we fought about what was the best food? And they're like, yeah. And they're like, it's bread. And they're all just staring at their phones.
Exactly. So like it was like
the relevancy is becoming more and more apparent every day.
Yeah, and I really like that concept, but it also really freaks me out because I'm just so concerned all the time about everything. It gives me a lot of anxiety, but like they do it well because they mask it in this cute, adorable robot love story.
Yeah.
And then they finish it off with like some hope.
Like the little plant. Eve's purpose.
Yeah, and then they come back to Earth and it's like, psych, there's a whole field of it. So just figure the rest of the world out and get that trash out of here. And you actually, and like in the end credits, it like shows like cartoon or like crayon like drawings of them like building up a new civilization on Earth.
I don't remember that, but I'll take your word for it.
Okay, well, take my word for it because that's what happened. But it gives you like that sense of hope, like, oh, we can turn it around and be better and do more. So
I was totally just going to keep talking about love because
I'm sorry, but like there is so much more to love than in the WALL-E movie. There's so much more. It's way deeper than that, bro.
I just want to see WALL-E with his little fire extinguisher flying around space with Eve holding hands. Because he can't fly.
When he was going to sacrifice himself.
Yeah. WALL-E's great. And his little, like, mouse droid buddy.
Okay, well, it's also good not just for the love way.
I'm glad you got to expand.
God.
All right, you're two.
Okay, this one I think you're going to be surprised by.
Okay.
Because it's not Disney. I mean, it's not Disney. Yeah.
Okay.
Into the Spider-Verse.
Ha, that's a hold. How dare you put that at number 2? What is wrong with you?
That's your number 1?
I'm not saying shit. How to Train Your Dragon's number 2.
Oh my god.
First off, How to Train Your Dragon. Boy and his dog story.
Yeah.
Medieval, or Viking, I guess is a better way of putting it. Viking, barbarian, whatever. Boy and his dog. I watched it with Princess. Everybody, we were watching, I showed you Jay Baruchel, his interview with Collider Live, and, you know, he said, you know, everybody's like, that's totally my dog, or that's totally my cat, because Toothless is based off just an amalgamation of animators' animals.
Yeah.
So he fits every personality. Watch that with Princess, my old lab pup. She did not like Toothless because he was so much like a dog, so she would get up at the screen and like growl and bark and stuff like that, and I'm like, oh, Princess, you silly dog, come here, let me love you. It was great, all the adapting to each other, the misunderstanding, because like you can even argue that dragons could be like a metaphor or switch out for pit bulls, where it's like they're perceived to be dangerous and stuff like that, but it's like no animals truly, I mean outside of like wild animals, right? But no like no specific breed of something
is evil.
Inherently evil. Yeah, you know, you can teach it to cooperate with anything so long as its exposure is correct. Our Staffy is big and like 80 pounds of just kind of muscle, but she is an absolute baby when it comes to our Beagle mix because she was raised around small dogs, so she thinks she's a small dog. She doesn't see herself as like alpha in any way, shape, or form. Yeah. So I really dig that. I really dug that for the story. All the correct or trying to change views on like things like that. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I love it. Makes me cry.
Yeah, I like Toothless.
Toothless is great. And then, like, everybody gets their own little dragon that fits their personality. And even that's really relevant because, you know, everybody's like, oh, once you get a dog, it's like, it kind of suits you. Yeah. So, I really dig
find that one.
You know, you and Cleo both have those big brown eyes, those big doe brown eyes. And then me and Juno just both look like a mess.
We both just really like to cuddle and stay inside all day.
Yeah. Me and Juno like to be active, go outside, and we look scruffy.
Okay.
Or I guess I look scruffier before I cut my hair. Yeah. Ooh, big regret.
Yikes.
So you're number 1.
Okay, so we'll talk about my number 1, and then we'll talk about yours.
Yeah, we will.
Oh my god, it's still a top 2. Okay, you're being ridiculous. Well, can you guess my number 1? Because I'm sure you can.
Is it, I don't know, Trolls? Why make that face?
Don't make these jokes.
It's not Trolls.
No, it's not Trolls.
Can't Stop the Feeling?
Trolls is a good movie, though.
Is that your honorary mention?
My honorable mention is Trolls.
Never watched it.
Yeah, you did. You watched it with them?
I watched half of it, and then I was like, nope, can't do it, and we watched Jurassic Park.
Okay, well, it was good, and they have the farting troll glitter at Universal now. Only on the weekends. Only on the weekends.
He only farts on weekends?
No, he only comes out on the weekends.
So then he only farts on the weekends?
Yeah, I guess technically. But he farts glitter, and it's hilarious. And
That's
I saw it, and there is a hole. Like a visible hole. Oh, he has a visible butthole.
Ew.
Yeah. It was a little
your dog's
weird.
scratching your ear.
Stop that. Anyways, my number one,
Frankenweenie.
Toy Story 2.
Oh, I did not see that coming.
How the hell did you not?
I honestly thought you were going to put Nightmare Before Christmas, but then I remembered you said it's not on your list. So.
Yeah, it's not.
Wow.
I love Toy Story 2 so freaking much.
It's alright.
I love Toy Story, like all of them in general, so freaking much. But Toy Story 2, in my opinion, is the superior movie out of the 3 that are out currently.
That's a lie. As per my sister's recent statement and argument, you choose the one Toy Story that villainizes Woody to an extent.
Yeah.
Where he just gives into his arrogance or like his I don't know.
It's not arrogance. It's not greed. Like he
wants the fame. He wants like
he doesn't. That's Stinky Pete.
But he buys into it.
He buys into it because he manipulates him into thinking that like once like he's already fucking injured. Like Andy didn't take him to cowboy camp because he ripped his arm on accident, and he uses that.
Camp.
Shut up. He uses that to manipulate Woody into thinking that he's not good enough, and like every other toy is gonna get broken, and Andy's not gonna give enough, like, care enough about him to do anything about it, and he's just gonna end up in the garbage like every other toy, like they ended up, because he got the whatever dude Al's Toy Barn. Al got them all from like garage sales and like thrift stores or whatever the hell.
Or as the toys know him, the Chicken Man.
The Chicken Man. But Stinky Pete manipulates Woody into believing that Andy won't love him anymore because he is broken and like that he can be replaced.
Look, that's still Woody's
and that
fault.
all of these other toys got replaced. So don't come at Woody that way.
I'm still saying,
how dare you say that he wanted fame and glory? He gave him this illusion that this Tokyo like toy museum was gonna be like this amazing thing where kids are gonna come and like play with him all day, but it's not. That's not the reality, and it's not something that he realized until Buzz came and was like, "That's what you want? You don't want to just take these couple of years that you have left with Andy and actually like live it?"
Maybe I just don't like that Woody gives into his insecurities, kind of like with Toy Story 1.
You're trash.
Toy Story
and you
1,
have a trash opinion.
Toy Story 1 made more sense, right? Because you could visibly see their replacement.
It's like the same thing though. Like
no, it's not because.
But it is. It's the same insecurity that he's gonna get replaced.
If I, all of a sudden, bring another puppy into this home, what will my dog do?
Freak out.
Why?
Probably bite it.
Exactly. Why?
Because
she thinks she's being replaced. Okay. Understandably, because there is a physical manifestation of her being replaced. I think she's eating something. I'm not gonna lie.
Just shooting her ball.
Oh. Yeah. There's a physical manifestation of her replacement before her. However, if she were injured and this has happened, Juno has jumped off the bed and hurt her paw. And Yeah,
but you were there to comfort her. Andy had to go away.
Yeah. And so Woody knew he had to go away. There was no harm. And he was going to cowboy camp. He wasn't going to space camp. So it's like, he's obviously still picking a side.
But the point is that he was manipulated into believing that Andy wouldn't want him anymore.
Why do we always fight somewhere in the top two?
Because you don't understand my point.
Because you're wrong.
Because you're wrong. I'm not wrong. That's the whole point of the film is like, you're so frustrating.
What was the squeaky penguin's name? Was it Squeaky? Wheezy.
It was Wheezy.
Wheezy. Yeah. We've been talking about Juno so much she's not between my legs.
Because she feels it's getting heated.
Yeah, she's like, I'm ready, Dad.
Anyways, Toy Story 2 is great. It's a good time. I love Woody's Roundup. I love the additions of Jessie and Bullseye because Bullseye is
You're not even touching
hilarious.
on the best part of the movie.
It's time for Woody's Roundup. You're right.
No. the "I am your father" moment
Oh my god,
between
it was
Zurg
Zurg.
and Buzz. Oh my god, plot
It
twist.
wasn't even actually Buzz.
Yo, no. Yes, it was.
It's not
was
Buzz.
It was a Buzz.
It was a Buzz, but it is not Buzz.
It was no. Doesn't matter. It was like Buzz's clone.
Oh, where they're like, which is the real Buzz? And he like,
And then that
undoes
twist
his
too?
stuff.
Yo, yeah,
They
I-
undo his thing, and they're like, Buzz.
Yeah, right. They're the ones like choking on the floor. But yeah, no. See, that was also a fun like moment, like the toy store
Yeah.
when Barbie's giving
Oh
the
my
tour.
god, the Barbies.
And,
And, he's like, I'm a married spud. I'm a married spud.
Yeah, they're good laughs in Toy Story 2.
I know.
It's still no Toy Story 1, but you know.
You're no Toy Story 1.
Thank you. I try not to be. I don't
I
want
like how nobody's like, Toy Story 3 is my favorite.
because it broke everyone's heart.
Yeah, it did. Oh, I cried so hard.
So long, partner.
Stop.
All right, so we'll talk about the true number one, Into the Spider-Verse.
Oh my gosh.
Into Spider-Verse. Oh my, where do I start? It's beautiful. It's brutal. It's beautiful. It breaks your heart. It speaks to you from the grave with Stan Lee. Oh my god.
Stop. Oh my god. Yeah. It was just so, and like the first line he says too in his cameo is just like so perfectly,
So perfectly relevant to his beliefs as a human.
and like his recent passing, like it's just like,
Even the eulogy
Like, how
kind
the
of thing at
fuck?
the end with the little note. You see his glasses.
yeah.
It's like, thank you to Stan Lee and Stephen Ditko for all the heroes you made us feel like we could be. I'm gonna tear up. But no, we'll start with the Stan Lee just so I can get out of the way. First off, if you watch the movie, there's multiple Stan Lees. Look for him. There's not just one. He's always in New York. That's all I've heard. Specifically when Miles is dragging Peter's unconscious body.
Yeah.
And they're all walking around him. There's one there. But anyway, we'll start with Stan Lee and we'll move on because I don't want to cry. Stan Lee, when he says, or when Miles goes and he's, dealing with the fact that he has spider powers and the Peter of his universe has died, and he's like, will the mask fit? And Stan turns it around from the counter and he's like, it always fits. And it's like, oh my god, like,
You're like, in essence, that is just what that man is.
right? It's like anybody can be a hero. It doesn't matter who you are. Like, the suit will always fit you.
Yeah.
So like touching and so weirdly ghostly relevant to
Oh
Stan.
yeah. And I think it also like really gets you because you know that Spider-Man was his favorite.
Right, the one he put the most work into, the one that he always said was his favorite
Mm-hmm.
because he's so relatable. Like, everyone screws up, everybody's late.
Like everyone is Peter Parker and everyone can be Spider-Man because everyone has those human fuck-ups.
Yeah.
So it's just really beautiful and such a good time. And R.I.P. Stan Lee.
But now let's touch on the other things. The Easter eggs. Easter eggs galore. Right? You got the Tobey Maguire kind of thing.
Oh my
where
god, yes.
it's
With
Chris,
the Venom and he's just like...
he's dancing. Yeah. That was Chris Pine.
Yeah.
Which I didn't realize the first time we watched. Chris Pine's the first Spider-Man that dies. And then is later replaced... He's Peter Parker. Or is he Peter Benjamin Parker?
No, he's Peter Parker.
He is Peter Parker. He's Peter Parker. Peter B. Parker is voiced by Jake Johnson.
From New Girl.
From New Girl or Jurassic World. Because that's
Which
all I know him from.
I love.
Spider-Gwen is Haley Steinfeld.
Mm-hmm.
Spider-Ham...
Is John Mulaney. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Who else?
Spider-Man Noir.
Oh,
Nicolas
Nick
Cage.
Cage. They said that they put him in the freaking voice booth and just had him say a bunch of weird shit. And they were
I
like,
believe that.
we'll just pick and choose whatever we want. My favorite line is like, we don't choose the ballroom, we just dance. Whenever they're fighting in Aunt May's house.
And she's like, can you take it outside?
Right? And then there's like a weird, I don't know how, I've seen some like theories that maybe she was bi for Aunt May. But when she sees Octavia, or Doc Ock, the female Doc Ock in Miles' universe, she calls her Liv. Like, they had a friendship. She's like, my friends call me Liv. My enemies call me Doc Ock. She doesn't refer to her as Doc Ock. She's like, oh, hey, Liv.
Well, it's about to release on Blu-ray, so I guess we can rewatch it.
February 26th, digital. There's 90 minutes of special features.
Hell yeah, we're getting that.
Yeah. The animation...
Was so good, and it did so well.
There should have been like a seizure warning, though, like on the reel, because when we first saw it,
We were also in like the very front row because we got there like right before it was supposed to start, and we didn't expect it to be
that packed.
Because we went like maybe a week and a half after its initial, not even.
No, yeah.
Like 2 weeks.
Yeah, it was 2 weeks because
like after its initial release, so we weren't expecting it to be a full theater, but it was. So we were like right up on that thing, but we went to watch it again for a second time at a decent spot. So
at also a later hour.
At a later hour, and there weren't as many people. But yeah, the animation was so good. They did so well at making it like comic booky without it being like cheesy.
The Bengay dots all over the characters and stuff like that.
And kind of how like it kind of they did it to where it kind of just went in and out of focus.
Yeah.
For you, I think was really cool because like you could like because like you can't put comic book panels into a movie, but that doing it that way made it feel like you're reading a comic, and it's just like moving from panel to panel.
And after a spider bite, the it's going like word for word of Genki's little comics where he's like, why is the voice in my head so loud, and like all that stuff. He's sweating. He's taller. He's too tall for his pants.
Yeah, just the classic Spider-Man things.
When you get bit. It's weird that he, like, I feel like his Uncle Ben moment's more with his father than anything. It's not necessarily with his uncle. Yeah. But there's, like, so many good... The soundtrack's great. I've not stopped listening to it since. Spider-Man Noir even says that where he's like, wow. When he learns, like, the Prowler was his uncle... Yeah. And he died in his arms and all that stuff. He's like, wow, this is an intense origin story. Like, everything that happens...
It's like they were all self-aware that you got to go through some trauma to become... Like, to officially become, like, a spider person.
Yeah. And then Peter, like, dealing with MJ.
Yeah.
That was funny. They're divorced and... She wanted kids, he didn't want kids because, like, all the worries that comes with it. And that bread, where it's like, I will give you the bread that you deserve, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
Very weird.
It's just...
Kind of brutal, too. They kill, like, kind of mercilessly. Like, with Peter, Fisk just smashes him.
Oh my god, yeah, just, like, straight up in the chest.
And then Prowler also just gets shot.
Yeah. But, I mean, it's realistic.
That's true.
It's how it is.
All of it, though. All of it. It is number one. How dare you?
Sorry.
I don't know what else I can say about the movie. It's great. Everyone needs to watch it. It has gotten so many awards.
Well-deserved awards.
Because of how it's been done.
And I can't wait for the next one to focus on Spider-Gwen. Or Ghost Spider, I guess, technically. Because that's what she is.
Yeah, I wonder if she'll change. Well, the next one's the love story. And the one after that is the female story. The all-female spider story.
So, like, could we possibly see a Silk?
Yeah, I think she's confirmed. It's going to be Spider-Gwen or Ghost Spider. Still don't know. Silk and...
Spider-Woman?
Spider-Woman.
Hell yeah!
So, that's what we got coming down. Hopefully in the next, 4 or 5 years.
I hope so, because that movie was really good.
Yep. Any other words for, I guess, Into the Spider-Verse?
My only hang-up, which I've told you before, is why doesn't Peter B. Parker recognize Gwen?
It doesn't make sense. He's older, too. Like...
It doesn't... Oh, my God. It doesn't matter.
No.
If he's older. Like...
He's older. He's jaded. And then also, we talked about this. When he's like... When they're talking about the Super Collider and stuff, he's like, watch this. She's going to say... Or he's going to say, you have 24 hours to make it work. And then Fisk says it, and he looks at Miles, and he's like, Like, Peter has already seen some shit. He's like...
Okay, but, like, seeing someone that you were the responsible person for their death, that does nothing?
In my
mind... That's not gonna do anything. He didn't acknowledge her. No, he didn't acknowledge her at all. He was like, who this? And Miles is like, he's a friend from school. And he was like, okay, cool. Like, whatever. Like, he didn't, like, nothing. There's no recognition whatsoever. He's got bigger fish to fry, man. It doesn't matter. You would still remember that.
If the comic relevancy sticks as it is kind of implied it does for his universe, for 616, because Genki is reading Amazing Fantasy, and that goes through 616, right? Mm-hmm. So, Peter B. Parker's life is in comics in Miles' universe.
Yeah.
That would mean Genki's reading big time at one point. And at that point, he's already gone through like at least 2 or 3 clone conspiracies, meaning he's already seen plenty of clone Spider-Gwens or clone Gwens. So seeing another Gwen is not going to freak him out nearly as much in his 40s when he's dealing with a terrible divorce.
I'm just saying that there should have been some recognition, because the whole movie is based on the comic run of the Spider-Verse, and in that, when he sees Gwen Stacy Spider-Gwen, he freaks out and he's like, I'm so sorry I couldn't save you. And she's like, what the hell are you talking about?
That's because you have the Spider-Verse story to go off of, but like in the Spider-Verse story, he's still in his 20s. That's super relevant to him because it only happened like 6 years ago or so. You know, however comic age works.
I'm just saying, it doesn't make sense. Gwen Stacy is a part of his story, regardless.
But she's not MJ.
Okay, but she's not MJ. I don't care. There still should have been something, like, he literally, like, that, like, gets to him all the time. Like, it's mentioned, especially in the more recent comics, all the time. It seems to pop up and, like, haunt him way more than it did before.
That's because another clone conspiracy just went down.
Oh my god.
You know I'm right.
I don't care if you're right or not.
Any other honorable mention? Any last words?
For that to be the only hang-up in the Spider-Verse is pretty good.
I have absolutely no hang-ups.
Because that's my only one, and I didn't really think about it until the second time we watched it. But I think that's just because I really like Gwen Stacy in general.
Obviously.
So I kind of wanted to see something with that happen.
And they set up for a sequel basically immediately.
They
set up for a sequel basically immediately.
Yeah. With her being like, Miles, you busy?
Yeah. Pretty dope.
Yeah.
I want more Spider-Man noir. Bring back Nick Cage as Spider-Man noir.
Oh my god.
I want more weird phrases. I want the Rubik's Cube. Oh, that was great. Oh my god, no, wait. The last thing I want to say about Spider-Verse before you stop this.
Okay.
The so long, folks, from Spider-Ham.
Oh